get away. We all of the things they've done. No way, no, them not go get away. We all of the things they've done to mankind. No, them not go get away. We all of the things they've done. No way, they make we live in a den concrete jungle. And when them ready, then turn it to rubble. Say each and every day when the pot hit a bubble. And the cost of living make everyone struggle. Did you them good? Yes, in a school, teach them the Bible and the golden rule. Educate them, nobody beat them like no mule. Cause everyone different, use your brain as a tool. Yeah, and when you see the truth and knowledge in your heart, and then you are go do that Babylon smart. Every day them are commit fraud, while we in the ghetto and a ball, oh Lord. No, you not go get away. We all of the things they've done to mankind. No, they not go get away. We all of the things they've done. No way, no, they not go get away. We all of the things they've done to mankind. No, they not go get away. We all of the things they've done. Again, so you feel listen to the way Obi a bunks. This a meditation from the weed and skunk. Me love me ital food for me dinner and me lunch. Me couldn't do this if me a drink and drunk. Some people get addicted to the ways of Babylon. Cause them lose them we and lose them concentration. I take my way from the higher one. You know me not go bow down no to no man. Again, we have to hold on to the reins of life. Enough of them afraid to them antichrist. So if I was you, take me advice. Give thanks and praise for life. Right now, Babylon, you gonna pay for the things you have done. For all the people have a human race. Yaga yow. So them not go get away. We all of the things they've done to mankind. No, them not go get away. We all of the things they've done. No way, no, them not go get away. We all of the things they've done to mankind. No, them not go get away. We all of the things they've done. No way, they make we live in a the concrete jungle. And when them ready, them turn it to rubble. Say each and every day when the pot hit a bubble. And the cause of living make everyone struggle. Teach the youths good, yes, in a school. Teach them the Bible and the golden rule. Educate them, nobody beat them like no mule. Cause everyone different, use your brain as a tool. Yeah. And when you see the truth and knowledge in your heart, yes, you are gonna find out that Babylon smart. They just want to keep us underground. But there's another secret where we hear and found. Them not gonna get away. No. Your judgment is
all right. What's going on, everybody? How you doing tonight? We're finally gonna get this show underway. How's everybody doing? Are you serious? You got to make some more noise than that. How's everybody doing tonight? I know you're stoned. That's the way we're going to do it. Yeah, one thing about performing comedy in Vapor Lounges, we rely on your energy as much as you rely on our jokes. So as baked as you are, we always appreciate what you guys put out there for us. A couple of housekeeping rules I always have to go through as a host of a comedy show. Please keep your cell phones off, your table chatter to a minimum. Stuff like that. The comics that I've got on the show tonight are really funny. I want to make sure you can be able to hear all their jokes. So, yeah, that's pretty much all the rules. I don't know if I smelled tobacco, but if somebody's smoking some tobacco of some sort, you can't smoke tobacco inside. I may be mistaken, but that's just one of the rules. If it happened, no biggie, just make sure it doesn't happen. What's that? Yeah, there's no tobacco at all. No blunts, no tobacco. Which is cool. I was not asking much. This is a very unique place. How many people are here for the first time? Just got a few. Well, that's good, because the fewer and fewer people that are here, that means you guys are coming regular. That's awesome. Happy Movember, everybody. Everybody, that's an exciting time. I'm 7 days in, 8 days in now. How are you guys making out? Yeah, bunch of pussies. So what are you doing? You get really old. You grow creepy mustaches. I just freaked a young lady over here at the table. I could have sworn that she worked at a vapor lounge where I do comedy in Mississauga or Etobicoke. I was mistaken. I kind of freaked her out. Didn't mean to. Yeah, I'm lucky. I get to do a lot of comedy shows in vapor lounges. I do one regularly once a week here on Sunday night, 7:10 Sundays. Thanks for coming. I'm at least once a week in another vapor lounge. And from a comedian's perspective, performing in a room like this is extremely unique because you guys are so fucking high. There's no comedy club where we're going to deal with people that are this out of it. There's only one way I can compare performing comedy to a room full of people that are currently in your state, and it's like having sex with somebody who's in a coma. Right? You guys are just so fucked. It's like that scene in Kill Bill, you know, when Uma Thurman's in her peaceful slumber of her coma, and the orderly is pimping her out. Remember that? Buck, the guy who liked to fuck? Had a nice truck. I don't know what Rod. Yeah, that's what this is like. I'm Buck. I'm here to fuck. I'm going to do my best to give you guys a good time. I don't know what you guys are feeling, so we'll see what the same rules will apply, though. I won't leave any bruises, bite marks, or come in anybody's hair, so you guys are all good in the front row. This is a dab theme show, which doesn't mean you have to be doing dabs, but that's one of my favorite things to do. It's certainly my favorite way of ingesting cannabis. Who's doing dabs here tonight? There we go. I always get a kick out of dabbers versus stoners. I've got some buddies that are hardcore dabbers. And years ago, even now, if you're just a stoner, you need a couple of things to get high. You need like rolling papers or a pipe. You need the weed. You need the lighter. Have you guys seen what these guys drag around with them in order to do dabs? They look like they're going on a fucking Arctic expedition with their fucking Pelican boxes and torches. Holy fuck, man. It's fucking, that's not a heat score, guys, by the way. Walking around with 2 Pelican boxes. Massive heat score. Yeah, I was just doing that. That opening dab was so delicious. A friend of mine asked me a neat question the other day. He asked me what the big deal with dab was. He goes, what's different about it? What's it taste like? And I said, there's only one way I can describe what a dab tastes like. Every time I do a dab, it tastes like an angel came down from heaven and queefed in my mouth. That's tasty. I defy anybody to come up with a better description than an angel's queef for doing a fucking tasty dab. Yep, that's how committed I am to that, though. That's the end of that joke. Oh, fuck. You know, there's a bunch of signs to tell when you're a stoner. Here's a telltale sign. You know you're a stoner when you get excited that Tim Hortons serves breakfast until noon, but you've never been able to make it. It's a fucking good one. When did Canadians become bigger snobs about their waxes and their extracts and their shatters than the French are about their wine? When did this happen? When did this shift occur? And we all have a friend like this, and I get a kick out of it because it's usually younger guys that want to show off. It's not as simple as, hey, do you want to do a dab? It's always, hey, do you want to do a dab? And you're like, yeah, and it's like, we are going to be dabbing a purple kush, which is extracted on a Wednesday. Full humidity, using pure tane butane, which is 99.999999999% pure. I'm like, you fucking kidding me, man? Get that nail hot. Let's drop a 0.5 on that fucking thing. Einstein, Jesus Christ. You guys got to stop doing that. Yeah, fuck. I get it. It's tasty. Let's ingest that shit. Oh, look at what. You know what's weird? Is who else can do this at their job? This is actually my job. Hang on a second. I'd say it pays my rent by telling comedy, but I live in a bus shelter, so it's, I guess I pay bus tickets. That would be, I pay my rent. If I can buy my bus tickets, I can live in this bus shelter. Anybody else really high? Oh my God. Hang on. My kids are so proud. My parents fucking 5 years of post-secondary education. I'm telling poo jokes and weed jokes in front of a bunch of people. The haze, you guys can't see it from here, but I can see through the light. It's like staring at, it's like a fog in here. I'm like 2 feet up from you guys. It's foggy, smoky, foggy. This is what happens when you get too high before a show. Here's what we're going to do. I got another door prize here that I want you to be able to enjoy. What I've got is a gram of AK Kush, or AK-47, mixed with Godbud. It's probably a gram there. And the anonymous donor, which I appreciate the donation, has a question. And again, you can use your cell phones. I'm old. I have to take my glasses off. What is the? Here's the question for this door prize. What is the botanical name for the red hairs of a cannabis plant? What? Nope. What is the botanical name for the red hairs of a cannabis plant? I'm going to make you work. I'm old enough to be your father, so I'm going to be like, this is my older guy influence on you. Anybody come up with it yet?
I'm almost there.
Who said that? There we go. Dude, coming up and get your prize. They're called pistols, not like the gun. P-I-S-T-L-E-S. There we go. We all learned something, eh? If you grow a big mustache, you get a microphone, and the red hairs on a pot plant are called pistols. There we go. It's my Cirque du Soleil part of the show there, when I unwind the microphone. Okay. What are we going to? This is where I start singing show tunes. I have some kids. I was at home the other day and watching TV, and I was really baked. And Dr. Phil came on, and normally I wouldn't watch Dr. Phil. I find him to be annoying. But the reason I watched Dr. Phil that day is because the topic of the day, which was dangerous teen trends. And I have 4 teenagers at home, and I wanted to know if they were doing something cool I hadn't tried yet. So I try and watch the whole show, and there's only one dangerous teen trend that that sticks out in my mind, only one of them that I can remember. It's something called slimming, otherwise known as the vodka tampon. Has everybody heard about this? No? I'll fill you in for now. Google it when you get home. It's just what it sounds like. Girls want to get drunk fast. They don't want to smell like alcohol. They want to hide it from their parents. So they're taking tampons, soaking them in vodka, and putting them in their vaginas. I know, is that not crazy? Most women think I'm the worst thing they can put in their vaginas. It's no longer the case. I'm now vagina me number 2. I know, it's fucking crazy. Like I said, the more I think about it, the crazier it gets. Like I said, I've got 4 teenagers, and 3 of them are teenage girls, and word around the neighborhood is they all have vaginas. So I felt I needed to give them some advice. And I'm a really simple guy. So the advice I gave to my daughters was really simple. I said, girls, I don't care if you drink. I really don't care how much you drink. But please, when you drink, drink outside of the box. I don't know. It made sense at the time. I know. Fuck, tell me about it. As if trying to raise teenage girls cannot get any more complicated. And somebody invents the vodka tampon. I mean, in the past, when my daughters came home late and I thought they were drinking, I'd ask to smell their breath. Yeah. Now it's just horribly awkward. Okay, you guys are awesome. You guys ready for your first comic tonight? Okay, I got to check on you guys. I'm going to keep you guys keeping the energy up. You guys ready for your first comic? There we go, right on. This is a local guy. Came in from Burlington. He's new to the scene. He's been kicking around a while. Everybody make some noise for Corey Stevens, everybody.
Past tense, less we going camping. I can freestyle in Atlanta with Green Lantern. She put my hand in her back pocket like bandana. Pop her on the ass while she chewing on bubble gum. Long out of iced tea filled up with butter rum.
No, I lost my virginity to that song. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Bringing back memories. I got here at 7:10 because I thought the show started at 7:10, and I said I'm not going to smoke any pot because I don't like smoking weed before I tell jokes, and I was not successful at that. I actually failed miserably. Not that in this cloudy-ass room you're not smoking pot with every single fucking breath, so congratulations. Keep on keeping on smoking weed. We're trying to get legal smoking weed in places like this. It's a step in the right direction. We're being successful, right? I love a good success story. My favorite success story is the guy from the A&W commercials, you know, like the manager guy, right? Because that guy's living the fucking dream. He's got a paid gig. He's on television. People know who he is. He's a minor celebrity. He's living the dream playing somebody who achieved none of theirs. right? Like, that fat, balding fuck walked into an audition room, and they were like, you know, we were looking for a certain demographic. And I think we found our man. Not that I should be making fun of him. I'm 28 years old. I live at home with my parents. I'm not successful myself, you know? Yeah, and it sucks when you live at home with your parents because, like, it's hard to get laid. You can't bring a girl home when your mom and dad are sleeping in the room right above you, you know? And that sucks because sex is really productive. It's so productive, actually, it's reproductive. I don't know if you know that or not, but it's true. It's 100% true. You gotta be careful because it is reproductive. You can make fucking babies. My friends have made some babies. They're getting married, you know, starting to have kids. We're approaching 30, right? And I'm like, man, I don't understand how you're fucking doing that because, like, I couldn't have a kid right now. He's like, well, man, that's what you got to do. You got to get married. Got to get married young. Start having kids by the time you're 30. And I'm like, kids by 30, man? I want to have my kids by accident. I don't know what the fuck this shit is. You know? It's not that I don't want kids. It's that there's things that I don't fucking know about babies, like baby oil. Who the fuck is oiling babies? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're jailing pedophiles. You're selling baby-oriented lube at Shoppers Drug Mart. This is kind of fucked up. It's not right. So practice safe sex. You know, I come in girls' mouths. You know? Women don't laugh at that joke, but I'm doing this shit for you, okay? I'm doing this shit for you. Blowjobs. It's got to suck dick. We applaud you, ladies. Gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for your ladies when they suck that dick. Yeah, it's great. You can't like doing it. You can't like doing it. You still do it, though, and we appreciate that. But the thing is, blowjobs come with a price. I love the morning blowjob myself, and so in the morning, you know, I'll be like, baby, you should put it in your mouth. And she's game, but this is where she tests me. She's like, close the blinds, turn on the television, and get me an Advil. I'll suck your fucking dick. I'm like, yeah, you fucking got it, 100%, babe, no problem. She's like, get me a fucking sandwich, turn on the Weather Network, give me a Gatorade. I'll suck your fucking dick. She's got me and my boxers making sandwiches in the other room. You know, this is not the dream my father told me about. You know, it's not it. But girls know that you can't trust a man with a boner. A man with a boner will lie to you. That's why they give us tasks, you know? Get me a glass of water, my boner stands strong. Take the garbage to the curb, and my boner wilts like summer to fall. You know? It falls away, and it no longer exists. But you lovely ladies, you know how to get it back. You know how to bring that boner back. I love it because you can take a pair of booty shorts and my old T-shirt and take 40 of the sexiest photos I've ever seen. But you sex from a guy, and it's like, well, here's my dick from the left, and like, here's my dick from the right, right? You never do the upshot either, because then your face is in it, and I can't smile at cameras, and even if you do, you just look like you're fucking like looking down at the photo. Oh, I can't do that shit. Where the hell am I? Oh, yeah, but I'm single. And I know why I'm single. Yeah, I had this revelation not too long ago. I'm single because I let a girl lick my ass. You know, you can't do that. You know, because you can't ask to have somebody lick your ass. But, like, no one wants to marry an ass licker. You know, I'm proposing. I know where her finger's been. You know, she loses the ring. I know where it went. You know, you can't let a girl lick your ass. It's no fucking good. It's not good. My buddy's cat's looking to get fucked. This is a fact. Normally people laugh at that. But yeah, he is. You know, the cat's going through heat. I'm not used to it. I'm outside. We're smoking a joint. We come inside. The cat just comes up and, like, presents its cooter to me. And I'm like, I don't think you've thought this through, kitty cat. This will end very poorly for you. Oh, well, fuck that pussy up. Yeah, bestiality. It's fucking everywhere. You know? Like milk. You don't trip, fall, and hand fuck a goat. You know, there were some deliberate actions that led to the discovery of milk. You know, Billy's blowing off steam in the barn, looks over at Betsy the moo cow, and she's like... You know, that was actually pretty good. Was that calcium I tasted? That's fantastic. I'm going to have to tell all my friends about that shit. The whole animal kingdom's fucked up, though. Like elephants, they live in Africa. They bitch slap lions with their trunks, and we come along, climb up on their heads, and we're like, you know, I could build a shed up here, get out of the sun, take a little trip. I feel like I missed a joke. No, I didn't. Well, you know, guys, I feel like I've gotten to know you very well, all the things you've been telling me. So I want to let you in on my life a little bit. I'm going to read you. Yeah, I brought an excerpt from my diary, so it's going to get a little deep here. Okay. Dear diary, I awake to my father. He informed me my alarm would sound in 20 minutes. I thanked him for his foresight. The morning air stings with the first bites of winter. Leaves turning, falling, blowing in the breeze as the resilient sun warms my neck. My coffee tastes like shit. Work was long. We saw 3 babes. They were babely. I ate a cheeseburger. What babes will tomorrow bring? At home, I muster off my 12 lace Peruvian leather boots and set them outside because I stepped in shit earlier. I light the fire. Waiting for me in an oak cabinet is a bottle of 1984 Merlot, aged in an oak barrel from the steepest hills of Italy. I toss back 5 shots of whiskey and pour myself a glass. After confessing my love to Jen the bartender on Facebook Messenger, I'd Tinder for 20 minutes before my eyes meet the moon. It looks like a giant nipless tit in the night sky. A pale one. Maybe from a ginger. I take a breath. My eyes grow heavy. Exhaustion sets in as I call Stu and go drinking for 6 hours. Where the fuck do I keep putting my beer? Rub one out. Sleep. All right, well, that's a little insight to my life, and it's sadly way more true than you'd think. All right, so I'm gonna get off the stage now. You guys were great. Happy weed smoking.
Corey Douglas, everybody. You got to keep it going for the guy. Just made you laugh for. There we go. You see, I introduced him as Corey Stevens, and then when he exited, I introduced him as Corey Douglas because it's one of those Facebook things where he puts like 3 fucking names in there. So I don't know what one to call him. So I think I got it right. Yeah, funny guy from Burlington. Just for the record, people marry ass lickers. He said nobody would marry an ass licker. I'd marry an ass licker. No problem. No problem. Put a ring on her finger. I actually met a woman online the other day. And I don't know if anybody, you're all still young, you may not have to use online dating. But yeah, what was in front of me wasn't what the picture that she had sent me. You know what I mean? And I'm like, fuck, I go, this woman has some serious Photoshop skills. She has airbrushed most of the wrinkles out of her anus. That is not what I agreed to meet online. That's... After 40, women just send anus shots. That's what they do. Your mothers don't want to tell you these things, but I will. That's the way it works. I had some schmarmy little dabber the other day. Some young guy wanted to school me on dabs, and he says, do you know when you... Well, that was weird. When you cough from doing a dab, it means that it wasn't properly vacuum purged and that it's not good for you. And I'm looking, I'm like, no, it doesn't. If you don't cough after doing a dab, it means the fucking dab wasn't big enough, you fucking loser. This mic stand is fucking brutal. I'm going to switch mic stands. Okay, I'm going to switch mic stands and bring up your first comic in 1 second. Hang on. Look at that. Nobody still wants to marry me. Maybe not here, but there's got to be some woman that would be impressed with my mechanical skills for doing that. I got it. Did you see that? I'm an engineer. I think this one's good. We're good. Everybody good? Everybody still having a good time? I'm going to give away the last door prize because what the fuck? That's what we have them for. Who can tell me who hosts the Thursday night show here? Dude in the front row. That is a jab bong maker. You put it in like a Snapple bottle and you bong away. So congratulations. Everybody, some applause for the gentleman in the front row. There's compliments of melonheads. Always appreciated. Makes the shows worthwhile. Okay, here's your next comic. He's a local guy. He came in from Burlington as well. I don't know that he'd ever done comedy in a stoner lounge yet. Actually, I don't know about the first 2 guys, which is always fun as a host of a show to bring a couple stoners who are newer to pot lounges. A very funny guy. I've heard good things. Make some noise for Luke O'Brien, everybody.
Call me Mr. Negativity. Call it how I see. Yes, I'm back in the vicinity. Bringing what you need plus all of the amenities. Know what you consider the run of the mill, running the drill. None of it.
You done with the music yet? My name is Luke. Thank you for having me. I hope you like my jokes, because Dan made me take a mustache ride to get on this show. I watch the news a lot just because I feel like I'm supposed to. Nothing really interesting generally, but I saw recently that Michael Jackson's hometown is naming a middle school after the late singer. And if that's not just the most misplaced grief in our entire universe, I don't know what it is. Naming a middle school after Michael Jackson is like naming a pet store after Michael Vick. It's like naming a rehab clinic after Charlie Sheen. It's like naming Valentine's Day after Ray Rice. Oh, I'm saying we shouldn't do that. I feel bad, though, more for students than anyone, because everyone's so crazy now about people bringing guns into schools, and they're all concerned. They all want armed guards at grade schools. But really, if you wanted to kill a bunch of little kids, all you would need is a peanut, a strawberry, and whatever gluten is, and you'd wipe out half the class by, like, first recess. Thank you. Another thing I see on the news a lot lately, Americans are all giving Barack Obama flack for some reason. I think he's cool. I mean, in one term, he did what George Bush couldn't do in two. He found, captured, and killed Osama bin Laden, which was awesome. The only thing I had issue with, though, was they just threw a faceless body in a bag into the ocean. And I'm like, that's the same thing you did when you caught Megatron, and he came back like 3 years later. One clap. I'm getting there. I had a startling realization the other day. I realized that I watch way too much pornography. I found this out because I've started to consider that little buffering circle to be foreplay. And I knew it was really bad the other day when I was in the computer lab with my friend and I heard the Windows startup noise and I came in my pants. I've masturbated for going on, 15, 16 years now. Pretty committed to it. It's always been an issue in my life. My mom caught me masturbating when I was 10, which was awkward. She's a very devout Catholic woman. She was like, Luke, it's a sin. You must repent. It was fine. She got over it. We were okay. But then the next day, my dad caught me smoking, and he was like, Luke, I'm going to stand here while you smoke every cigarette in that pack, and we'll see who likes smoking. I was like, thank God he didn't catch me masturbating. Sit here while you jerk it till it's dry. We'll see who likes masturbating. My dad gets mad at me a lot for gross things like that. We were on a camping trip, and I accidentally used his loofah in the shower, and he freaked out. He screamed at me, and I was like, I know, it's gross, but if you don't like that, you're going to hate what I did with your electric beard trimmer. I guess was a joke for just the back of the room. I don't like this cord. It's in my way a lot. I'm actually kind of getting sick of hearing my own voice. I might just do one more joke for you guys. I went out recently with a girl that I had broken up with, and I knew it was a bad idea because she kept bitching at me for the same thing she always did. She's like, oh my God, you didn't wear a seatbelt when you drove. And I was like, oh my God, who let you out of the trunk? Anyways, my name's Luke. Thank you guys for having me. Bring back Mr. Dan Peters.
Luke O'Brien, everybody. Oh man, I doing pot lounges regularly. I always get a kick out of the younger host because I think I'm probably the oldest host doing a cannabis-related comedy show in Canada anyway. And I always get a kick out of younger comics that are always worried that their parents caught them smoking weed. I think that's fucking hilarious because when my kids were growing up, they're all older now, I was always worried that they'd figure out that I had a grow-op going in the furnace room or the basement. That was always very different concerns, but that was a fucking concern for years. I did a show a little while ago with a bunch of younger comics as well, and I was like fourth or fifth comic on that night. And every comic before me, and I'd never seen this before, but every comic before me seemed to have a joke about the first time they saw their dad's balls. And I don't know if everybody's been traumatized by this or not, but I got thinking about it later on in the night. I'm like, oh my God, I've got kids. And I've got balls. Have my kids ever seen my balls? So I put the issue to rest at breakfast today. It's just Daddy Nuts and Cheerios. That was my entry into the Cheerios Special Dad Contest, actually. That's true. If you follow me on Twitter, they had a contest about how super dad you are, and I told them that my house coat flew open and my kids saw Daddy Nuts and Cheerios, and I didn't win. I thought I'd get like a T-shirt. I have a door prize, which is a mystery door prize. Or prize. I guess they're not door prizes. They're entry prize. Whatever. I'm high and now splitting hairs. I'm going to look into it. We're going to draw it after the next comic. So let me figure out what it is first. This isn't a part of the show. I actually don't know what it is. Ooh. You know what? I'm going to have to think about this. Is got a bong. That's a pretty cool prize. Let me figure out a way of qualifying who wins that, and we'll give that out after the next comic, who's a very funny friend of mine. All these guys are funny friends of mine. There's one more thing. It's really unique, the mix of people that come through here. A lot of clubs you don't see, you always see, like the one in Etobicoke, it's 99% guys all the time. This club, we see a lot of girls, which is awesome to see the different mix of stuff. And now I forgot where I was taking that joke. And now it just seems creepy that I'm talking about the girls in a paper lounge. Oh, there's a point to that. It was fucking hilarious. I hate it when I drop a joke. I know what it was. Yeah, so there's a regular, and he's not here right now, and I'm not going to identify the company, but there's a guy who comes in here, and I think between his shift or when he's delivering pizzas, he comes in here quickly, and he has, like, the corporate jacket on, which is fucking hilarious. I think it's great. So in between pizzas, somebody's pizza delivery guy is getting really high. I think I'd be cool with that, though, if my employee was smoking dope. I'd be more concerned with them, like, eating the pizza than their delivery of the pizza. It's like, don't worry about the tip. 2 slices missing. That's so I can get to smoke dope when I'm at work. That's the kind of boss I am. That's why I tell jokes on a Sunday night in an awesome place like Melonheads. Okay, you guys ready for your next comic? Okay, I got to poke you with the camel prod again. You guys ready for your next comic? Right on. Okay, this guy's a buddy of mine from Toronto. Kills it all over the place. He tours and appears regularly at Absolute Comedy Clubs all across. He tours all across Canada. Make some noise for my buddy Danny Polishchuk, everybody. U-S-H keeps us so high. K-U-S-H keeps us so high.
Give it up for Dan Peters, yes, and yourselves. I know that the second time that he asked you guys to make noise, that took fucking every ounce of energy you guys had left, huh? That was it. You guys were like, we gave you 100% the first time when 3 people went, and then that was it. That's all you guys had left, so I appreciate it that you guys gave fucking 150%. Honestly, I don't know if I hate anything more than performing for people on dabs. I'm not going to lie, because like I do dabs, and I can't pay attention to a fucking baseball game, let alone a comedy show. So dabs, aren't you guys worried about dabs that there's just nothing else? Like, where is weed going at this point? Like, there was always, like, when I was fucking 20 years old, I was like, one day I'll be able to press a button in this device in my pocket and get high as fuck. And that day is here. Did you already put that thing you want to use? Is that the thing you just won? Holy shit, this guy's like MacGyver. Where did you go? Where did you get the Snapple bottle from? Did you know you were going to win that already? I think he did. Did you? Holy shit. Or were you like, oh, finally a reason for this Snapple bottle. He's been carrying this around for 2 weeks. It almost broke 5 times. Well, that's amazing. That's pretty handy. How'd you puncture the hole? Did it come with, or does it come with the lid? Oh, my God. That's ingenious. Okay, well, that's fun. Did you guys not have anything to smoke out of, or you're just, like, putting it to use? Okay. I like it. Solid. This is a weird mix of people. There's all these dudes at this front table. Just fucking... Are you guys all from Hamilton? You guys all live in the area? Holy shit. If I lived around here, I would spend my life here. I'd just rent cots. Do you guys rent cots? It's like, can I sleep here? Is that an option? And there's this dude over here with 4 chicks. I'm not even going to try and guess what's going on there. Although, it's like a weird sitcom, like on fucking AMC, where it's like this dude's just hanging out with these 4 girls and they go smoke weed. What is going on here? Are you guys related or something? No, none of you are just this is just your harem. This is your stable of bitches. They just drag around to the fucking club with you. What's going on? He's like something like that. He's like, I can't really get into it. It's not appropriate. I'm sorry, stable. If I refer to you as a stable. Gaggle? What's the exact situation? A murder? That's what he's going to do to me. He's like, shut the fuck up, man. Seriously. He's like, I almost have a 5-son later. I had a sick year. Well, no, I had some ups and downs. Highlight of my year, I had sex with a black chick for the first time. Yeah, and I don't want to go back. They say that you don't go back, but what they don't tell you is when you fucking are a white dude, you have to go back. You can't just stick around. It sucks. I didn't want to leave. I was like, no. I was like fucking hanging on for dear life. She's like, get the fuck out. I was like, I don't know if this is ever going to happen again. It's disappointing. It's interesting, too. When I say that I had sex with a black girl, fucking white people just applaud. They don't even know why they're applauding. And I can't tell if it's like they're fucking, yeah, you guys were all applauding. And I don't know if it's like me and you guys are like, wow, that pathetic loser got with a black girl. Or like if you guys are like, I broke some sort of white person Guinness record. And you're like, that's not supposed to happen, man. Well, it fucking happened and it was amazing. It was so good. It was the best. She was too cool for me, though. Like, she was like she was kind of like a hipster. You could just turn around, man. Your neck is going to be killing you by the end of this. Like, I'm pretty sure that seat's not fixed. She was like way too cool for me. Like, she fucking, like, while we were having sex at one point, she was saying shit I, like, didn't know. Like, at one point, she goes, oh, you're turning me out. I was like, is that good? I can stop. I'll stop turning you out if I don't know what you want. I think it was good. I did all my moves. Have you ever heard that, man? While you're having sex, it like threw me off. I was like, what the fuck? But I think it was fine. I did every one of my moves. I have 3 moves, and I did all of them during the sex with her. Yeah, I did. How many moves you got? How many moves you have? There's 4, right? Like, no. Does anybody here have more than 10 moves? And if you do, are you a yoga teacher? Like, does anybody here who's not a yoga teacher have more than 10 moves? No. It's like, you ever had to fucking, you get embarrassed because you have to recycle a move? You have to do it again? You're like, I'm sorry. I usually finish before the end of my last move. And then, but for whatever reason, I'm just not. And then, so I'm just going to do the second one again. The first one kind of makes my feet cramp up a bit, so we'll just do. It's just I got tight hips. I don't know what it is. I need more yoga or something, and then I'll have more moves. I don't really give a shit. I'm at the point, I'm like 30. I just like don't give a fuck anymore, you know? Like now I don't even care sometimes I don't even care if I come. I'll just be like, that was fine. It was good. I don't have the energy. Like the other day I was like having sex with this girl and then I was like, it's like 25 minutes in and I was like, it just wasn't happening. And I was like, I was like Shaq at the free throw line. I was fucking sweating everywhere. Like, you know, it's like really bad where I need the dude to come by and mop up the floor because it was that bad. And I was like, fuck, I'm checking out of here. I'm not doing my fucking 3rd move for the 4th time. Fuck this shit. I'll come back to you when I have more moves, okay? So that was basically the highlight of my year. Highs, you got to have lows, though, right? I had something really shitty happen to me. Are any of you guys about to pass out? This guy looks like not the best right now. Like you might have had 1 too many dabs, which unfortunately sometimes is just 1 dab. It's just 1, and you're like... I one time at a comedy show, like at a weed place, this dude was like, yo, take a dab. And I smoked like a lot of fucking weed and I had to go take a 10-minute time out in the bathroom where I was just staring in the mirror and I was just like, Danny, you can do this, okay? You're okay. It's just drugs. It's like I was on like a drug that wasn't weed. I was like, you're gonna be fine. That's what this guy's telling himself right now. He's like, You're going to be fine. But in the back of his head, he knows it's not going to be the best tonight. I had some tragedy befall me. Befell me? What do you say? Befall? Befell. Anyways, tragic shit happened. A really good friend of mine died. Yeah, which sucks because he was like really young and he owed me money. And it was like just a low enough amount where I can't recoup it from his family. It was a joke. He did not owe me money. He is super dead, though. Super dead. This is how I deal with my grief, okay? Is it weird? I don't know. Is it any weirder than fucking writing a message on a dead person's Facebook wall? I don't know. This is what I'm doing, okay? That's coming from someone who knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. You're like, I hope Heaven's okay. He doesn't have Facebook anymore. Shit's for living people. There's 1 billion living people with it. There's 0 dead people with Facebook who are active users. They don't get counted in fucking the Facebook stats anymore, okay? It's fucking weird. It's weird when people die. The worst part, too, is my buddy, he fucking killed himself, which sucks. I know. Selfish asshole. People say that, you know that? They're like, killing yourself is the most selfish thing you can do. That's bullshit. Killing yourself while getting a blowjob is definitely more selfish. And even more selfish than that is like, you know when a girl is like, tell me when you're going to come or whatever because she doesn't like the taste, and then you don't tell her, finish, and then kill yourself. How fucking selfish is that? Oh, yeah. That went down weird. Oh, we're coming back, though. We're good, guys. Don't worry about me. You guys are like, we have our own fucking problems, man. Like, do you not know where you are? The only part of me that thinks killing yourself is selfish is the part where I'm like, you know what? Like, you should have killed somebody else, too. Like a bad person. You know, like a politician or like a sex offender. Like, there's a goddamn registry on the internet with their address and shit. Like, it's not even that hard. All I'm saying is just go half Dexter before you go full Brooks from Shawshank, all right? It'd make for a weird funeral, though, you know, if that happened. You'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. But at least he killed the mayor. Nobody liked that guy. Also, he owed me $40. You know what? Forget about it. It's not important at a time like this. He would have liked these jokes, by the way, guys. He would have liked these jokes. He was a big fan of comedy. He was a big fan of my comedy. You'll have to take my word for it, just because dead. But he was. So much bullshit was done in that vein where they're like, he would have liked this. Like at his funeral, someone actually came up to me and they go, "Don't you think he would have really liked this?" His own funeral? No, I'm pretty sure he would have fucking hated his own funeral. Any event you're dead at, it sucks. Like, I don't know what you fucking learned from Weekend at Bernie's, but this is not that, okay? And then everybody I meet when it happened, because he was like a really good friend of mine, and then everybody I meet, they're like, oh man, I'm so sorry for what happened. And then fucking every person, like 2 seconds later, they're like, how did he do it? Like, every person has to fucking know. Like, it's just like, I don't know what it is, people, if it's just like so they could figure out if they could do it or like whatever. But like, every person was like, how did he do it? And then I would like start making shit up because like I didn't want to talk about it and it wasn't like their fucking business. But they got me thinking like how I would do it, because like I wouldn't want to do like a regular thing, you know? Like, how would you do it? Shoot yourself. Like, that seems like a reasonable way, right? You just fucking... But I would do something like... I would do, like, death by cop. Have you ever heard of that? That's, like, a way you can actually kill yourself, is you just get the cops to do it for you. And it's, like, you have tons of fun in the process, though, because it's, like, Grand Theft Auto. You just, like, steal a car, and then you just go run over as many of your enemies as you can, and then the police just eventually shoot you dead. It's like the best of both worlds. Like it is like Grand Theft Auto. It's like except they're like the point is to lose. I don't know. Did you say don't respond? Yeah, don't. That's probably for the better. There are a lot of ladies here, huh? Let's do a little joke for the ladies. That was a joke. Are there any pregnants here tonight? Are there any pregnants? You have one? Like not here. Like the one that you have is pregnant? Oh, okay. I was going to say you sounded too young for that to be legal. That's good. I got friends who are starting to get pregnant on purpose, which is kind of cool. None of that accident shit that pretty much every one of us is here because of. My friends, they just went off the pill, and they're like, we're just going to see what's going to happen. What the fuck do you think is going to happen? Seriously, what do you think is going to happen? Bless you. But fun little fact about the pill, because they didn't know this. Lady, who here is on the pill? Actually, you know what? Don't answer that. That's not my business. Plus, I like to find out later. No. No, but if you are on the pill, if you go off the pill, you're more likely the first 2 weeks that you're off the pill, if you get knocked up, you're more likely to have twins. And they found that out because they're having twins, which was not their first choice of amount of kids to have. It was definitely like 1, 0 to a small dog or something. I don't know. That sucks, ladies. Honestly, that is even on the table for you, that you have to potentially pump out 2 or more kids at one time. I feel very bad for you. I also feel bad for the guys in that situation too, though. Like any guy who's like average to below average penis girth. Just hear me out. Because I was with a woman that had 4 kids, okay? And there's something weird when you're having sex and only like 1/3 of your dick is touching anything. It's weird, it is. It's almost like you have to stop thrusting, right? And then it's like you're trying to clear out an old mayo container with a knife. It's like that move, you know? I just wanted to say those words in public. I don't believe that at all. I was just like, what's the most awful thing I can say? That's pretty close. But so my friends, they're having twin girls, but the best part about it is how they found out that they're having girls. You know, you get like a sonogram. Any of you guys have kids? None of you? Smart. Okay, well, you know, you get like a sonogram, right? You go to the doctor or whatever, and he's like, they do the thing, and then they're like, look, is this fucking peen or whatever? They probably use more medical terms, like dick or whatever, but they're like, they don't say peen or dick at the doctor ever. But then they're like, look, you're having a boy or whatever. But they didn't want to, like, they didn't do that. What they did is they went and had the sonogram, and then they had the information sent to a bakery. And what the bakery does is they make you a cake that's either pink or blue on the inside, right? And you have this party, you like invite all your friends and shit, and you cut the cake and you find out the sex of the kid. That is the whitest shit I have ever heard of in my entire life. Like, it honestly just goes golf and then gender reveal cakes. Like a close second behind. Like, I just want to start a prank version of that business where I make every cake chocolate cake. Think about that. That was really delayed, man. That's a good idea, though. I like that premise. You could do that for other cool shit, you know? Like the cake thing. Like, why stop at fucking sex of the kid? You could do like a juror trial. That'd be amazing. Wouldn't that be if a judge was like, jurors, have you baked the cake? Or like STD clinic. How good would that be? Oh, my God. That would be the best. You walk in, the woman's like, Danny, could you just have a seat? I sit down like really awkwardly. She just slides me over a cake and a knife. Is this like one of those gender reveal thingies where I cut it to find out what STD I have? No, you totally have HIV. I just thought a piece of cake would make you feel better. Anyways, guys, I gotta go. You guys are actually really fun, though. Enjoy the rest of your show. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Keep it going for Danny Polish. Check, everybody. Everybody still having a good time? I didn't lie to you. I told you I'd bring some funny friends of mine. My vision for this show and what Pete and I see this show as being is we usually have music. This is like a booked open mic. If you know any performers, like we've got a guy coming, a professional magician coming next weekend to do some magic. We've had some rappers, some hip-hop guys. If there's anybody that has a skill, you can talk to me, or I'll give you the email address, and we can book a time, and you can come and do some time. We want to keep it fresh. We want to make it different every week. I have tons of friends that are comedians. We're always looking for other performers, so that's the idea of this show. And we want to give away some great prizes, too. We're going to give away that bong after the next comic, so I still haven't figured out a way to do it because I had to do a dab. It's always the dabs that get in the way of things, eh? Oh, man. I thought about it the other day, and Mike Rita, who is the host of the Monday Night Show, Mike always has a joke that he does where he asks people how long people have been smoking weed, and he starts at like 5 years, and then he starts getting down to 20 years, and then he gets to like 25 years, and I'm the only guy clapping, and then he gets to 30 years, which is true. My brother got me high on my 12th birthday, which means that I've been smoking weed for over 30 years now, which might explain my place in life. But fuck, man, that's a lot of fucking weed. So I decided 30 years is too long, so I would set a rule for myself that I would no longer hang out with my friends that smoked weed. Unless, of course, they had some, right? He wants to be an asshole. Not I. Okay, you guys ready for one more comic? We got one more comic, and then we're going to wrap the show up and give away that bong. You guys ready for your next comic? Okay, I'm going to give you one more. You guys ready? I need a little more noise than that for this guy. He's a good friend of mine. You guys ready for your next comic? Right, and this guy's been killing it all over the place. We've been crossing paths with Shaw all over the place. Makes me laugh every time. Make some noise for Francis Brian Shaw, everybody.
How's it going? The delay energy was what I was expecting. I wanted you guys. Are you guys good and high? Oh, yeah. Cool. This is what they do in these kind of shows. They leave the only non-smoking guy to the very end, so I'm all fucking contact hied out and confused and can't remember any of my jokes. So this may suck. Oh, well. Fuck it. You're high. I actually say my Danny was very funny, a guy before me. He had this whole stuff about twins. I just became an uncle with two twin boys. My brother had 2 kids. And there's a thing with twins that they're very, very, very likely to have problems. And he sent out this email to me 2 weeks ago when they were born. And he's like, all right, please welcome Miles Zednick and Jake Royal Ross to the family. They were born 26 weeks, so about 3 months early, so they're going to be in the hospital till January. My question to you guys is, how long before I tell him that he picks stupid names for his kids? Is it like after January? I thought that while Danny was there, so I think that was pretty good. Is anyone else a non-smoker here? Are we all smokers? Any non-smokers, applaud. You look like the non-smoker of the crowd. You look like the biggest pothead I can ever see. I hear that a lot. Yeah, it's a good look, man. It works for you. I had to say, though, because I'm a non-smoker, people always expect me to smoke when I go to pot rooms, but more importantly, because I'm from BC. I'm from Nanaimo, British Columbia. Anyone know where that is? Who knows what my town's famous for? Nanaimo. Who knows what it's famous for? Hockey, pot. Normally I get Nanaimo bars. You guys know Nanaimo bars? Those are the real stoners. If you've had to play Nanaimo bars after you're high, that's a fucking hometown friend of mine. Nanaimo bars, for those who don't know, does anyone not know what Nanaimo bars are? You know? They're a delicious no-bake treat. It's like if you think of brownies not healthy enough, basically what they do is they stick like sort of chocolate cookie shit. They put that in the bottom of a pan, and they pour sugared butter on top. Like, you have to have an inch and a half of sugared butter right on the top. Then you pour chalk over the whole thing. Then you eat it. That was what my town is famous for. So heart disease. We're famous for heart disease and high cholesterol. That's what I do. But the funny thing is, we're not actually famous for that bar. That's not what our town motto is. Like, we are like nationally, but internationally, we're known for something else. Nanaimo is, I swear this is true, the bathtub capital of the world. And not for anything cool. We don't make bathtubs. We didn't make bathtub gym during Prohibition. We are famous for bathtub racing. Again, we do a lot of pot in Nanaimo. It's a lot of pot in the culture. Bathtub racing is basically normal boat racing, but in a bathtub. So they take like a fiberglass bathtub. Sorry, is someone beeping? I'm very easily distracted. If it's a bomb, thank God. So they take a regular bathtub, fiberglass bathtub, and around the bathtub they build a fiberglass arrow, and they stick like a giant-ass motor, like the ones for the fucking speedboats, like Miami Vice style. Take those fucking things on the back. They put a guy in it. It's not called a driver. It's not the term. He's a fucking idiot, because this thing could die. Basically, we invented a very, very clever way to die in the bathtub, because you drown in the middle of Georgia Strait between Vancouver and Nanaimo. And it used to be the race, for the longest time between, you start in Nanaimo, my hometown, and go to Vancouver. And it took them about 20 years to realize that Vancouver doesn't give a shit about bathtubs. They're a big city, 2.4 million people. They don't give a shit about bathtubs in the Bay. It's not something they're stopping anything for. They're not stopping Canuck games to fucking see a bathtub. So eventually now what they do, they just go around an island and come back. And the reason I have to mention this whole story is because our mayor, our most famous mayor in Nanaimo, is a guy named Frank J. Ney. And Frank J. Ney, every time I've ever seen him pictured, and he's got a statue in the middle of town. Every picture of him anywhere, in any sort of city hall or anything like that, he's always dressed the same. He's dressed with one of those, tricolor hat things, those old pilgrimy things. He's wearing a flowery shirt, and he's carrying a sword. He's dressed as a pirate in every single picture of him. Every single picture of Frank J. Ney is him as a pirate. But he's not from pirate times. We know pirate history. He's from the 70s. So he's got those big Jack Layton fucking mouse in a hammock kind of mustaches on him. And he's carrying a sword. This is how he's pictured. So that's why I was not impressed when Rob Ford was crazy. Because I had that level of crazy for mayors. You want Rob Ford to be fucking crazy? Give him a peg leg and a parrot. I'm kidding. He already had a parrot. It's fucking Doug Ford. Yeah, that joke is going away because he fucking lost the election, so fuck. I like that joke, though. Actually, I have a girlfriend. I know, surprise. I have a girlfriend, and I like my girlfriend a lot. She's very nice. But she likes two nice things. She wants fucking nice place to live. And so I got her that for her. I paid $1,500 a month in downtown Toronto for 637 square feet. That's a lot of money, I think. I'm never paying that ever again. Next time I pay that anywhere close to that much money for that little square footage, it's going to be a pine box carried by pallbearers. I'm never doing a fucking apartment again. I'll be dead. See, you got it. Good. Sign up to firing. But the thing is, when I had to, this is my first legal apartment. I'm a comedian. I've been a comedian for 5 years. I don't live in legal places. I live in holes and hobbit towns and little fucking shitty, like, illegal basement suites. That's where I'm most at home. So this is the first time I've had to obey the laws, which is so weird in housing. I pay $1,500. I have to call up an insurance company and get renter's insurance for the first time. And I don't know, like, I just call, hey, I need insurance. Can you give me insurance? He goes, yeah. And he asked me a series of questions. And the first question is, how much are you paying? $1,500 a month. How big is the apartment? 637 square feet. And he goes through a few other questions, and he gets down to, are you going to have a trampoline on the premises? It's 637 square feet. Of course I am. How am I supposed to get from the kitchen to the bathroom without a fucking trampoline? I don't know what you guys do before you have to poop, but I have to tumble first. Just do a front flip. That's what I like to do. Maybe I'm trained to be a slam ball player. You don't know that. So shit on my dreams, TD Insurance. By the way, everyone who laughed at that loves Spike TV in 1997. I appreciate you guys. So the guy on the phone was kind of like, okay, it's kind of a dumb question. Next question he asked me, swear to God, next question, do you have any livestock? Who the fuck is getting insurance from TD Insurance that they're asking about trampolines and livestock? Maybe that's their way of asking if I'm running a meth lab. Because you can't ask them, are you running a meth lab? Of course not. But if that guy has a goat on a trampoline, that's a meth lab. There's so much shit going on there. I just wanted the image of a goat on a meth lab. Yeah. my girlfriend's something special to me. I went and saw her family, which I would recommend not doing. If you can avoid going to see a girlfriend's family, please. I went to Ireland to see her family because she's Irish, which is where they are. That's where they are. The thing is, though, I'm Irish. People in Canada always say I'm Irish because, like, I used to have till very recently a big ginger beard, and people always go, "Oh, you're fucking Irish. Look at you. You kind of have the similar thing going on with the cause." Yeah, you always get the "you're fucking Irish," and I don't know why people always expect it. I'm more English than Irish, but I always get the Irish first, and I don't know why that is. Maybe because I'm like pale and rosy cheeks and red facial hair. The fact I'm drunk constantly. I don't know why they always think I'm Irish. I have 14 uncles that are all corrupt police officers. I know people think I'm Irish. But the thing is, again, I'm the high energy comic, so I'm fucking struggling right now. But the thing is, I had to meet her family. I know Ireland. I've been there before, but I've never been there with an Irish person. But my girlfriend's a real people-pleasing kind of person. She wants me to have a good time. So she's so nervous on me, her entire 700-person family. They're fucking everyone over there. She owns half the island. They're fucking foodies over there. So she's the whole time before the trip going, what do you want to do in Ireland? Whatever you want to do. Do you want to see Games Factory? We'll do that. Do you want to see James Factory? We'll go see that. What do you want to do? And I kind of got sick of the question. You know, you just get the same question over and over again. You don't really care. Like, I'm just there for you. But all I want to do in Ireland is pet a cow. All I want to do is pet a cow. That's it. I did that as a joke because I knew there was cows there. That's the only thing I did. Make a big joke. City boy, I want to see cows. There's fucking tons of cows in Ireland. I had options of which cow to pet. There were different farms. You want to go see his cows or my cows? Well, my cows are a bit rough. You go to those cows. You were pushing me off different cows. And the cows they decided I was going to go see were Seamus, Uncle Seamus, real fucking uncle. Now that's a fucking name. If there was a fucking cousin that was named fucking Seamus, done. My kid's Seamus Shaw. I'm going to fucking name that kid. Seamus has the greatest accent because he's a rural Western Irish farmer. Y'all don't even know. It's not even Irish. It's like Piker from The Snatch. You don't even know. Like, I was staying with her brother-in-law is a guy named Tom. Tom is from Galway, and Galway speaks Irish. Not English is the first language. They speak Irish. So he spent 12 years never speaking a word of English. He spoke Irish. He went with me to talk to Seamus, talk about this farm. Seamus ends up telling us a joke. We think it's a joke because it keeps going. At the very end, he pauses and goes, ha-ha. And we go, ha-ha, and we walk away. And Tom goes to me and goes, do you understand any of that? Not a fucking word. Do you? I'm Irish. Not a fucking word. That was the whole, Seamus' accent. So Seamus brought us out. He says, yo, come on, yo, pet a cow. No. So I think that means I go and pet a cow. So we go out. My girlfriend's with me, and we don't see Seamus on the farm. We expect it's going to be a drive up. We go see Seamus. Hey, pet a cow, and I get out of the car and go drink whiskey. I think that's what's going to happen. But I get out, and there's no Seamus. There's no one at the farm. It's an empty farm, just fucking a barn. So we're looking around going, okay, well, we'll go in. We go into the barn, and Seamus is there with a full fucking cow, big-ass cow. His son, Eamon, who's about 30 years old, he's got the cow by the tail. And out the back of the cow are 2 feet, hooves, I should say. Not actual feet, not these feet, like cow feet. So hooves are sticking out, 2 of them. Big fucking hooves, too. These are not fucking around. Sticking out of the back, and I'm thinking, I've come at the wrong time. This is the wrong time to pet a cow, but maybe I thought, maybe this is on purpose. Maybe this is Irish hospitality. I asked to pet a cow, they're getting me a fresh one. Something very nice of them, like Irish hospitality. You get the full treatment. What they were experiencing was a breech birth. So the cow was too fucking big to come out of the other cow. So I don't know what's going on. I just see this cow pushing. And women bitch about childbirth quite a lot. I've heard that a number of times. This cow could not give a shit. This was his first calving, and it was too large to come out the vagina. She didn't care. She had cut in her mouth. She was fine. She was chewing. That was all she cared about. What happens is they take me inside because I'm the Canadian. I don't know what's going to happen next. They don't tell me what's going to happen next. They just put me in the house and feed me whiskey. I do 5 shots of whiskey at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Ireland, God bless them. Bring them out. There's a young ginger doctor there, or a vet. Now, I'm about to witness a C-section of a cow. Never seen. Have you ever seen a C-section of a cow? Amazing. What they do is they do 2 shots. The cow's still standing up. They take 2 shots of the cow. They just shot, and they cut a hole the exact size of a cow's vagina, which is a weird starting place considering it didn't come out the back one. I don't know why it's coming out the side one any better from the same hole. The young ginger doctor is a young guy about my age, and he's starting how to be a vet. And this is apparently what they get to do. They have to go to the farms on a Sunday morning to fucking pull out cows from other cows. So he's dressed in garbage bags all the way down. He reaches in, and he does 1 cut, 2 cuts, 3 cuts, and gets into the cow and starts turning it around to try to get it out. Now, my name is Francis Brian Shaw. I've used that as a stage name for 5 years. When I started comedy, I had to look up, Google it, what my name was. I didn't make sure no one else had Francis Brian Shaw. But because it's 3 names, I went, well, someone's going to call me FBS. I better Google that too, right? Makes sense? So I Googled FBS. Do you know what the number one thing that came up on Google at the time was fetal bovine serum, FBS, which is what the veterinary term is for the liquid inside a cow's placenta. That's what it's called. They had to come up with a name, and it was FBS. So 5 years later, I'm standing as a city boy in a cow farm. There's a ginger doctor reaching in, pulling around this cow. He gets squirted with this purple-red liquid. It's like a squirt gun, like super soaker. It comes right out. Doesn't touch the garbage bag. Gets all in his hair, in his mouth, in his eyes. He's spitting it out. And I'm behind, and I turn to my girlfriend, and I say, do you know what that is? That's fetal bovine serum. Her father, her uncle's son, look at me as a city boy from Canada going, how the fuck do you know that? And I look at them and go, I'm a comedian? As if that explains everything. So that didn't go really well. The whole trip was kind of a nightmare. I need a better closer for that joke. It was a good ramp up, but at the end, not so much. Honestly, though, I'm very glad. Can I wrap up soon? Yeah. I'm very glad my girlfriend stopped me from being single. Any single people here? There are more than that, you fuckers. I sucked at it. Are you any good at being single? Are you good at being single? No? I can tell. No, I'm sucking. I'm the worst fucking. You ever try online dating? Anyone online dating? Anyone? I tried all those fucking sites. OkCupid. It's an appropriate name for that website because every time I viewed my matches, I felt like shooting myself in the face with an arrow. Plenty of Fish. I felt like hurling myself into the sea. It was very appropriate. Tinder. Felt like setting myself on fire. They all kind of work like that. But I had a message from a girl on OkCupid, which I had to tell you guys about. It's one time, and I just say, it was not a response. This is a one-time message. She saw me on my profile, saw my pictures, it's like what she saw. That was a weird moment we had there, eye contact. So she saw my profile and sent me a message. She decided I was the guy that messaged. She was going to reach out, and she sent me one word. Now, girls in the back, it could be one word. One word could be fine, right? If it's the right word, right? Hello, that'd be fine, right? Hi, also good. What's up? You're being a little playful. That'd be fine, too. The word this girl sent me, and I swear to God, perhaps. Perhaps. Done. Period. She put perhaps, period. Done statement. End of thought. No more information given. You get perhaps, boy. Deal with it. I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know how to react to perhaps. I've never been hit on by indecision before. What does this girl do in regular life? Just walk up to guys at the bar and just go, hey, buddy, you know what you are? A maybe. Flip a coin. I had a friend of mine saying, well, she could have said worse. She could have said perhaps not. I'm like, oh, that's true. That's not even the worst story I have about dating, though. I went on a real date with a real girl from OkCupid, and yeah, I'm bragging now. I went on this date with this girl. It was nice. It was a good date. We got hammered. I recommend that as a first date option. 3 margaritas apiece. Having a good time. Enjoying. I don't know what she's saying. She doesn't know what I'm saying, but we're having fun. So I walk her to the bus because I'm a gentleman, and I'm walking her to the bus, and I put her on the bus, and she goes, and I say, hey, listen, I had a really good time. Do you want to go it again sometime? And she goes, sure, send me a text. Now, I did not know at that time that's girl code for don't call me. I didn't know that. I thought those were instructions. Text me, I'll text you. Good, I'll text you. So I wait 3 days. I read the books. Wait 3 days, and I text her, this Friday, do you want to go to a movie or something? She waits 4 days, and at 7:30 in the morning, texts me back to say, no, I don't find you attractive. That's it. No, I don't find you attractive. No would have been fine. No would have been perfectly all right. I wouldn't have inquired about further detail. Could you give me more context? Could you elaborate? I would have been fine with no. But more importantly, I had to think, what was she doing at 7:30 in the morning where this came up first thing? She had a picture at her breakfast table. She's ready to go to work. She's done her hair. She's done her makeup. She's got her like oatmeal. She's got her like orange juice or coffee. Newspaper open. I need to do one more thing this morning. What was that one thing I need to do? Oh, that's right. Shit on someone's self-esteem. That text went to space. And came back down to me and ruined my fucking routine, which is walk around the house pretending I'm alive and I give a shit about anybody. You know that feeling in the morning where you just want to fucking kill everyone for every reason? Just walk around like, oh, I could fucking use a cup of coffee right now. Boop. Nope, vodka. I need vodka right now. You ever call into work sad? I tried calling sick. My boss is like, you're not sick. You're right. I'm sad. Well, you come back when you feel better. I told my mom that joke because that's what moms want to hear, that everything's going well with the grandkids. But my mom, and I really have a pet peeve with comics. I've had pet peeve with comics who say this is a quote. I have to say this is a quote. I told her that story, swear to God, and she said to me, don't worry, son, don't get discouraged. You'll find the right girl eventually, or the right boy, or whatever. Thank God she left that third option open. It's nice to know no matter what happens, I can bring home anything. Anything, not even human, not even breathing. It has to be something very vague, very whatever. I could be the whatever zone. And she would go, well, we pre-approved. Come on in, you're great. We're just glad you found something. I told her my girlfriend that joke, and she's meeting my mother this Christmas, and she's going to introduce going, hi, Mom, I'm whatever. All right, thanks, guys. I'm Francis Bryant Shaw.
Keep it going for Francis Bryant Shaw, everybody. Hey, you guys keep it going for yourselves. We rely on you guys as much, so give it up for yourselves for coming out. Or not. You guys don't have the self-esteem to give it up for yourselves? Okay, well, hang on. I'll give it up for you guys. Hang on. Here we go. I'm going to give it up for you guys for coming out. Yeah, we started a little late this week just because we wanted to get a few more people in there. We're going to start next week at 8:10-ish. Not quite as late as this. Next week, there's a magician that's going to open up the show. So hopefully we can find a magician and a musician for next week. Some funny people as well. Something different every week. Like I said, if you want to perform, just come and talk to me. We'll figure out a stage time. Okay. Here is the last prize of the night. And I'm the ultimate winner chooser. That's my winner chooser. It's my title. The winner chooser. There was a documentary made in 1999 that was narrated entirely by Woody Harrelson. What was the name of that documentary? What? Is anybody looking up, or is just a creepy guy in the middle of the room holding a bong up like the Statue of Liberty? I'm stoned. I don't care either. So, what is it? There we go. Lovely young lady won the bong. It was Grass was the name of the documentary. There you go. Congratulations. Okay, that's it for tonight. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much for coming and supporting the show. Let your friends know. Tomorrow there is another show hosted by the very funny Mike Rita, Melonhead Mondays, and then on Thursday night as well there's another show. So if you guys are looking for something to do on those nights, both hosts are hilarious. Everybody have yourselves a good night. We'll see you next week. Take care.
Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming last night when I pulled off the lot. That's done. Reppin' my town when you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down from the whip to my diamonds. I'm in black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Black stripe, yellow paint. Them niggas scared of it, but them hoes ain't. Soon as I hit the club, look at them hoes' face. Hit the pedal once, make the floor shake. Sway inside, my engine roaring. It's the big boy, you know what I paid for it. And I got the pedal to the metal. Got you niggas checking game, I'm balling out on every level. Hear them haters talk, but there's nothing you could push to start. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's not when I pulled off the lot. That's not it. Up in my town when you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down from the whip to my diamonds. I'm in black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Got a call from my jeweler, this just in. And bitches love me cause I'm fucking with their best friends. Not a lesbian, but she a freak though. This ain't for one night, I'm shining all week, ho. I'm sipping Clico and rocking yellow diamonds. So many rocks up in my watch, I can't tell what the time is. Got a pocket full of big faces. Throw it up cause every nigga that I'm with Taylor. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's not when I pulled off the lot. That's not it. Rep in my town when you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down from the whip to my diamonds. I'm in black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Stay high like I'm supposed to do. That crowd underneath them clouds can't get close to you. And my car look unapproachable. Super clean, but it's super mean. She wanna fuck with them cats, smoke weed, count stacks, get fly, take trips, and that's that. Real rap, I let her get high as she want and she feel that. Convertible drop feel, 87 the top pill, back. You know what it